Hey guys, it's PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor, and I hope that you're having a great Friday night. So, you know that this is just tonight I'm calling it Retell Your Story. But this is just on Fridays. I just kind of do a recap of something I've talked about, something that I witnessed or went through this week. And, I don't know. I think I'm gonna start having a little prop. So tonight I don't have my coffee cup. So I'm going to just use my pen because it's purple. And I love purple, right? So, okay. So I'm in the midst of trying to create, business, trying to create multiple streams of income. Well, that takes a lot of people skills. That takes a lot of being determined to put yourself out there, to be transparent, to opening yourself up to be criticized, right? So I asked my daughter yesterday, who is of course, the most closest person in my life, and it's really important how she sees me. So I asked her the question of, well, how do you know, build that one-on-one? How do you? Because she's really a people person. Me, on the other hand, not so much. I mean, I am for people in the fact of definitely you living your best life and definitely you not being bullied. And if I can help you with anything, yes. But just to get overly involved in people's lives, that's just not who I am. So I was asking her, because she is that friend kind of person, well, what would you suggest? So she says to me, well, mommy, you can just walk right up to people, stare them right in the eye, and just say, hi. And I thought, okay. So I remember I mean, she was little bitty, right? And so Tequila really never really met a stranger. So we were at a park, I think, or something. And she came up to me and she said, mommy, just say hi. And I thought, no, Tequila, that's a no, right? So it just reminded me of that little bitty piece because she's always been that way. Well, okay, so the conversation went on, right? And so as we commenced to talk, she said, well, now I don't know what happens though after you just say hi. I mean, I don't know how to keep the conversation going. I don't know how to do any of that piece. But she did encourage me. She said, well, mommy, you're good with small talk. And I was like, really? She's like, yes, you can really get in there and small talk like with the best of them. And I'm not always think to myself, that is so not me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think we all can hold a conversation and I can compensate with you. But let me just be honest. Let me just be real, right? So even though I can do that, I get really nervous on the inside and I pray that it doesn't show on the outside because it's a give and take. It's an ebb and flow kind of thing. And you gotta kind of get personal. And I'm always afraid that I'm gonna say too much or be weird in a way. And so I just get really nervous. And so even though I make it a point to do those things afraid, and I really am pushing to get out of my comfort zone because I really want to help other people. I really want to build a business. I really want to become a global phenomenon. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. And so I know that it's really in telling my story, building a community, letting people have a space where they can be heard, where they can be encouraged, where they can be motivated. And that's what I'm trying to create. Okay. But now on the flip side of all of this, right? I've been told that I am intimidating. I can be aggressive, and that sometimes basically not necessarily said in these words, I don't all the time play well with others. So I'm like, how do I balance all of that, right? So my daughter, who at her current position, the girl is like doing her thing. So she was in a setting where she had to interview, and so she said a candidate expressed herself as being aggressive. Now, it wasn't taken as being off-putting, just meaning that she's a go-getter. She knows basically what she wants, what she's qualified to do, and she goes after it, right? So my daughter said that I was aggressive. I mean, at first I kind of took it offensively because I don't really think I'm aggressive. Yes, I do know what I want. I do know what I like and don't like. And I'm not afraid to express that. I'm not afraid to tell you I don't like useless conversations. If it's not going anywhere, don't bother me with it. Okay. But I say that, but I also know that I have to be that space where people can talk freely. And I have to get okay with those kinds of situations. And I think for me, because I wear so much of who I am and how I feel in my eyes. So if I feel like uncomfortable, if I feel weird, and if I feel like I'm getting emotional, my eyes will dart. And I'm just like, trying not to look at, the person in the eyes. But generally, when I'm listening to somebody, I'm there, I'm focused, I'm trying to hear what they're trying to say. And also because your girl was glasses, as you can see. And a lot of times, in order to hear you, I got to see you. And I know people that don't wear glasses, I know that that's a weird concept, but it really does. Hearing and seeing kind of go hand in hand. So I guess my thing is going about getting on a path of real enlightenment, real peace within, and definitely, being okay with the skin I'm in. And even if I say something crazy or if I slip up, not worrying about being judged about, oh my goodness, why would I even want to know you? Right. So, so I don't know. I mean, I have quirky ways. I mean, I don't laugh at people's tragedies. I don't make fun of people. I really am for the underdog. I really am a person that when I'm for you, I mean, I am for you. Nobody can outdo my loyalty when it comes to you and my relationship. Everybody don't get that. Everybody don't get a chance to see that because I think I want to live in a space where I'm building community. I'm knowing you. I mean, what I'm saying. I I want to know those things that touch your heart and make you cry, or those things that really throw you off your game. I really want to know those things, but I think that there's a level of fear when it comes to intimacy, right? And I'm not saying this even on your part. I'm just saying it's probably more so on my part because there's some craziness that goes on. Some craziness that goes on in my head. And I was just talking to my friend the other day and I said, my God, if all of what I think about like spilled out at some point, people would literally think I was crazy. But you know what? There is a level of joy and peace that lives within because ultimately I know that my God loves me. He created me in his image, and my quirkiness, my ability to laugh at myself, my ability to not take myself so seriously has come at a price because I haven't always sat in this position. I mean, I've walked through depression and came out on the other side. I mean, I've been beat up by loss, right? And the biggest loss for me was my mom. So I am now just walking a journey of just discovery. I don't know how else to put it, right? I'm so excited to be educated. I'm so excited to be inspired and that's where I want to live because there is no greater position to have in life than to be able to inspire people, to make people laugh, to make people see that you know what, life really is not that serious. Right? And whatever's happening, it too shall pass. I mean, so to get bogged down in, I mean, because I know you've heard me talk about at work, we're in a transition. And if I have to, I'm not moving one more time with this company. I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest, right? This is like the third time. And I'm just like, and so, and we're learning in the midst of all of this, we're learning a new operating system, and it doesn't play well with what we've already learned, right? And I mean, people just getting angry and they're getting mean and they're getting ugly. And I'm like thinking to myself, hmm. And my famous saying is, "Hey, I already take blood pressure medicine, so you're not gonna kill me up in here, right?" I'm just saying. So ultimately, I know at the bottom line base of everything, I do know how to engage, you know what I'm saying, people, but it's just putting it into practice because it does feel weird because people really don't all the time trust a smiling face, right? And I don't understand why you're so happy, why you have so much joy, and why you have peace. Because we live in a world where everybody's about drama and chaos. But I think in our own little spaces where we do have that really that deep down love and appreciation for humanity. And like I tell you, my saying going forward in 2020 is max out your humanity. Oh, that was such a beautiful saying that I heard Oprah say. You just lay it all on the table. You lay it all on the line, right? That means you stop being all about yourself. You stop being so mean and nasty, so disrespectful to people just because you can. That don't mean you need to do it, right? And just stop thinking that you're so much higher and better than somebody else. None of us can claim that. The only perfection was in God. And and since we're not gods, I'm not called to be little Jesus. Right? I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to love you. Why? Because he first loved me and he showed me how to do that. He showed me how to love other people. Now, I'm not saying I like everybody. I'm not I'm not even gonna lie and tell you that. But to have the love of Christ for people, that is the ultimate of who we are and what we're called to do, right? So however you're gifted, however you're talented, use that, right? I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to use, my hand in the written word and the spoken word. And then, with Young Living, of course, because your girl likes to educate on essential oils, because all of those things help. They just let people know that, hey, you're not alone, that we all have quirkiness. We all have stubbornness. We all have, hey, today is not your day to come at me like that. We all have that, right? So, okay. So just whenever you can, just remember to be kind, to be gentle, to be sweet, because you don't know your words can really, touch somebody and move them to the next direction, right? So let me close out by saying, your girl is on social media, of course, on Facebook and YouTube, and then of course on Instagram, trying to build those platforms. And your girl has 3 books. You Are God's Love Story, Daddy, You Can Hold My Hand, and Ordinary Princess, which all can be bought on Lulu, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books and Megan, right? I have 3 ebooks. The first one is Tolerance, No Thanks to Toxic Person, Place, or Situation. The second one is 10 Considerations for Staying Focused. With less, you get more. And then my children's book is The Day It Was All About My Feelings, right? And your girl is working on another children's book that I'm going to release by the end of February. Your girl is behind time, but we're going to get that knocked out. I also want to tell you that, I love this interaction. So always, if you need a more private situation, you can, direct message me. People say DM because sometimes you just need to know that somebody is taking notice of you. And I want to be in that position. I want to be able to be a friend to walk you through um, some of the things that you struggle with, some of the conversations that maybe you can't have with family and friends. Hey, I know it's always easier to talk to a stranger. Because at the end of the day, if they sit around and judge me, okay, by tomorrow they're gonna forget me, right? I want to remind you with each one of my lives Probably not the Friday ones, okay? But definitely with the Wednesday and the Sunday lives, I will do worksheets. They are on my website under www.pewpartners.wix.com /PM right? And they're out there for your perusal. All I ask is that you give me your email so I can stay connected with you. So, hey guys, this is PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'm wrestling with life.